Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, and Taurus is your monthly intuitive tarot reading for February 2020. Can you believe it? Second month already. It's flying by. Now, what we have here, guys, is the beautiful Sahara Rose Yogic Path Oracle deck. We have the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle, and we have the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So I'm going to get started choosing the cards for you on camera. This process can take 5 minutes plus, even 8 minutes. So guys, if you prefer to skip directly to the card reading, please use the timestamp in the description below, although I will give a bit of a commentary as the cards come out, but it's not really until all of the cards are out that we can see the full message that's coming through. So I just want to call on angels, spirits and guides to please reveal the message for the Taurus collective that they need to see for February 2020. Now sometimes the cards come out quickly, Taurus, and other times it can take a little while. And I don't choose the cards because I believe that when they fall, it's your energy selecting them, not mine. So I just leave it up to that. I've got two. If two come out, I normally take them. If not, if it's big clumps, I leave them. All right, Brahma. Okay, very spiritual. And Dumavati, which really can be about moving on from hardship. So interesting. We'll see what comes out of this one. Angels, spirits and guides, can we please have an oracle card for the collective of Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising for the month of February? There it goes, flying out. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't need to do it alone. Some of you may need a bit of a support network around you this month for whatever you may be going through or experiencing. Okay, let's go to the Rider-Waite, and we will start by pulling two cards for the recent past position. Same applies. If big clumps of cards come out, guys, we put them back in like this, apart from that one really wanted to come out. Oh, okay, 10 of Pentacles. It can be an abundance card, but at number 10 it can also be a completion financially or on the home front, moving homes, closing down the running of a household for whatever reason. Relationship ending, someone moving for work, we'll find out. King of Cups, okay. We'll get all the cards out and then we'll see if we need any clarifiers. You might be called to, work on your emotional stability this month. Current energies, please, for Taurus for February 2020. Too many. Current energies for the collective. Oh, yeah, it wanted to be shown. Death. Okay, yep, we do have a completion here, guys. So something is ending on the, could be work, could be home. We have one more card for the current energies, please, for Taurus. There we go. Oh, but we have victory. It's a victorious ending for you, Taurus. Okay, let's get two cards for the near future outcome position. Yeah, victorious ending for you. We like that. Definitely, riding into happier times after maybe a period of hardship, which means that Durvati Oracle card makes sense now as well. Too many. Near future outcome position, please. The collective of Taurus for February 2020. Justice. Okay. All right. It is starting to make sense. Shaking up here, guys. Some of you might need to bring justice to a situation. Might even be legal proceedings, but there's definitely balance that needs to be restored here in this situation. One more card, please, for the outcome position. Here it is. Yeah, okay, wow, truth's coming to light maybe. Okay, let's get the advice from Spirit or Tarot, please. 2 cards. Interesting energies here, guys. Could be some information that comes out that really brings this final justice. Maybe some of you haven't had all the information until this month, even though you know, I think intuitively, that there is something about to end, and there's just so much ending energy around this month. So I just think it's kind of like that final completion from that decade that wants to jump out. Oh, same position actually as Virgo that I've just done, was the Knight of Wands in that position. Forward movement, gaining energy and passion for life. One more, please. Advice from Spirit, Tarot. Whoa, too many. Yeah, I told you guys, it takes a little while, doesn't it? So please use that timestamp if this is not engaging for you, but some people really like to see the card selection, so it's just good to offer both those options. One more card, please, for Taurus. I'm getting tired hands. Whoa, okay, that wanted to come out. Yep. Devil and the Ace of Swords, a new beginning. Some of you may need to, maybe releasing manipulative energy, which is highly likely why I'd say there has been some information that has been concealed. It's coming to light and you're being called to release it. I just want to get one more for the King of Cups. Some of you, whoa, Knight of Swords. Yeah, okay, I think this might be the manipulator, someone who is a bit two-faced, I think, here with the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups. I'm just going to get one more for that as well. It's really talking about the energy of their characteristics there. I just want to see if there's anything else for that one. So we've got a People card with a People card. It does tell us a lot, but just one more if we can. Oh, there it goes. Huh, Wheel of Fortune. I love it. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Time to put your time and energy into rebuilding into your own direction, into what you're passionate and purposeful about, you know, rather than potentially going along with someone else's game plan. Okay, guys, I'm just going to set these cards up a little better, a bit prettier, and I'll see you back in 2 moments and we'll read the energies. Okay, Taurus, we're back. Let's read the cards. Okay, so just to reiterate what we have here, we have in your recent past position, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the beautiful Wheel of Fortune, we have the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups under there. Current energies, we have Death and the Six of Wands. In your near future and outcome position, we have Justice and the Moon. And advice from Spirit or Tarot, we have the Knight of Wands, the Devil, and under there was the Ace of Swords. We also have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and we've got your Oracle cards over to the side that will come to at the end of the reading to close out. So let's get started with the recent past position, guys. We have quite a lot going on here. So yeah, I mean, let's just pull the Wheel of Fortune off for just a moment and deal with these 2 cards here. So we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Really different energies, right? So the King of Swords is somebody who is kind and compassionate, stable, grounded, you know, in their center, can really remain, you know, in control when things get heated, when emotions rise and that kind of thing. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is a very different energy. The Knight of Swords is somebody who can be a harsh communicator, somebody who's quite hasty, someone, yeah, that may be argumentative. That kind of energy. It can also be, you know, someone who, you know, really likes to have the last say, or, you know, really stick that knife in. I feel with these 2 opposing energies that potentially you might be dealing with somebody who, as I said before, has 2 faces, or wears a mask sometimes, because we do have the Devil in the reading here, which can talk about illusions, somebody kind of having that hypnotic energy by showing you what they want to see. But, underneath there's something else going on. We also have the moon in the reading, which could back that up. So I feel like whether you're aware of it or not, it might be somebody who's just very changeable. One minute they're, compassionate and they've got your back and they're empathetic and you feel a lot of love for them. And then the next minute they might turn, and there could be a reason for that. It could be when they're drinking. It could be when things get stressful. It could be when there's bills to pay and there's pressure financially. But yeah, I am sensing that there is two sides to this person. It could be they actually show you that, or it could be something that it's behind the scenes. They have another side that they're not showing you, but I really feel like that's going to come out this month. So now, guys, it is a general reading, so we're not going to go into specifics of the exact situation, but with this 10 of Pentacles here, there can be a variety of different readings for this. So 10 of Pentacles can relate to the home realm. It can relate to our finances, our physical resources, and that kind of thing. So for some of you, this could be in the workplace that you're dealing with someone like this. It could be your boss or mentor or a colleague. It could also be a partner, because obviously the 10 of Pentacles is closely tied to our home realm as well. But with 10, obviously, 10 of Pentacles in different contexts can be the abundance card. But with death energy and justice and what's going on here in this reading, I'm really seeing this as 10 as a completion in that realm. So either a completion of how you make your money, completion of a job, or completion of a relationship, or completion of a home. So that would be, some party moving out or needing to find another home, maybe because of a monetary situation, maybe because of financial issues, having to downscale or move somewhere else. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here that came through with that. So, 2 tens. So this is definitely about a sliding door of chapters. And, it does say that the luck is going to shift and the tables are going to turn. So if you have had a period of hardship with this person, be it financial or in the workplace with somebody who's really just been, two-faced and very difficult to deal with, I do feel like this is coming to a completion. It's coming to a head, and the Wheel of Fortune says that it is the right time for that to happen now. Potentially this was a karmic contract, so there might have been something that had to play out in the situation for a life lesson to be learned or karma to be burnt, if you believe in that. I do. The Wheel of Fortune is said to have a 10-year energy, so I really feel for some of you, this situation could have been, a lot of your whole last decade, or it could have been 10 months, could have been 10 years. However, I feel that the decisions that you make this month, to complete or bring the situation to a head, is going to be your sliding door and influence your next chapter, maybe even your next decade. So that's the energy we have here, guys. It is what it is, but I do love the Wheel of Fortune, because it does talk about a luck change in, positive direction. Sorry, there's a really loud aircraft going over, guys. In your current energies, we have death and we have the 6 of Wands. I love the death card in this combination, because look at the two characters here. We're going from death to life. This is death to rebirth right here, and there's nothing more certain in our world that we live in, guys, than death and rebirth, right? To get to the rebirth, to get to that Ace of Swords that's hanging out over there under the Devil, we need to let something go. For every beginning, there's usually an ending that precedes it. For every breakdown can lead to a breakthrough, right? So the death energy is knowing that it's time to let something pass, to release something, to let something go that's not serving us anymore. It may have at one stage, guys. It may have. Especially if it's a karmic contract. You're probably really drawn to this job, this person, whatever it was. However, everything has, a time to sow, a time to reap, a shelf life, a use by date. And it's about, when we're connected with our higher self, we can tune in and know when it's time to release. That's the energy of the death card. And the promise is, though, there's that beautiful sun energy, that new dawn, that new dark day on the horizon, that, is there if you choose to take this ending. Death energy is the energy of transformation, alchemical growth, and spirituality. So we must embrace it and know when it's the right time. The Six of Wands is a card of victory. So I feel like this is a victorious ending. It's nothing to be feared, even though it may feel difficult at the time. There might be hard emotions. There may be some hurts, even difficult conversations. Maybe you've been through the worst of it just by putting up with this situation. But the Six of Wands shows somebody who has ridden out of a darker time to, and they're heading in that forward motion into much brighter times. And there is a sense of newfound victory, of confidence, of rebirth, of a head held high, of new self-esteem, of grasping that Ace of Wands, just like your Knight of Wands at the end of the reading, and saying, I'm going to use my power and passion and purpose now and take inspired action to move my life forward in the right direction for me. It's the number 6 of harmony and growth. So it's definitely going to be transformational, but you're moving into a place of greater harmony by leaving something behind that's no longer a fit for you. That's what it is. With the Six of Wands too, it can link to public recognition. So people might even say to you, you might be getting advice from people, I think that's the right thing to let it go. Or, hey, I can see that shift in you. What have you done differently? Well, you may have just started to release the situation or see it for what it is. Now, in your outcome or near future position, we have Justice and we have the Moon. Yeah, okay. So I feel with that Moon energy strongly that there could have been something shadowy going on with that person that we saw at the start there. Whether it's just them not showing them their full truth, their full authentic self, or just not being honest or loyal, that kind of energy. They could possibly have been withholding something as well. That could have been something to do with finances in the home. It could be something to do with a debt issue, or an unpaid debt, or gambling or something like that, because we do have the devil in the reading, guys. It could just be somebody who's quite manipulative, who has tried to puppeteer or orchestrate whatever the situation is for their own benefit. But now you're waking up to it. You're wisening up. The Moon is about things that can go on behind the curtain in the shadowy depths. It can also mean that you might be dealing with someone who is very entrenched in their shadow side and operating from that place, from a place of ego, or from a place of their darker traits. It may even have pushed you into operating more like that yourself. That can happen when we're dealing with that energy. Yeah. So it's really time to shine light on this situation, for everything to come out, for the illusion to be broken. And, it's when we see through the illusion, we see it for what it is, that's when, the path forward starts to illuminate, so we can just move on from the situation. And Justice is the energy that's going to help with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you learned something about the situation that kind of confirms what was going on in it. Justice energy can definitely do that. Justice is about, a fair and just modification that needs to come in order to rebalance these scales of life, to bring things back into balance, to balance the karma. So it works out for the person that it's meant for, the person, who is in the right, not the person that wants it to. Justice is another card of victory. So you have 2 victory indicators in this reading. So I really feel that you're the one that's going to come out on top here. She's holding that sword of justice. It is time. Now with Justice energy, there could be some sense of documentation or legal proceedings, be it having to dig through your work contract and find out, well, what are my rights here? How long do I have to leave it before I resign? What's my notice period? It could be to do with property, or your personal finances, or even divorce papers, that kind of thing, guys. So I really feel like the truth, something's going to come to light, and it's going to be that final. Yes, you're going to reach that final tipping point where it's like, okay, I knew that this has probably had to end, but now it's like, okay, yep, it's undeniable, and I want justice. That's gonna come up for you. Now, here in the advice can't speak. Advice from Spirit or Tarot, we have the Devil with the Ace of Swords hiding behind it. Yeah, I mean, so for me, this means that there is a strong new beginning here for you. However, we just have to release something first. You have to release yourself from what's holding you back, from what's keeping you small, from toxic energy, which is definitely the situation. Yeah, and the Devil does show the lovers there loosely chained to the Devil, and they could get those chains over their head and escape. So there's that sense of, did you know about this or have a strong inkling for a while, but you chose to stay in it? And if so, what was the payoff for the cost of staying in it? Was it because you got to stay in a partnership? Was it because you got to, you stayed in a job because the money was good, or because it was, too hard to face the change, too hard to face the death card, the death energy? So you need to ask yourself why, you've wanted to stay in this, or it is likely that you didn't know the full story anyway. But the thing about Devil energy is it's just not sustainable in the long term. That's why he has these bat wings, because it's like it slowly draws the life force out of you. So it's time to shatter the illusion with the Ace of Swords. I mean, the Ace of Swords as well can be a breakthrough, a truth coming to light. It is the energy that can shatter the illusion of that Devil. So it is really time for that. That's the key to getting to the Ace of Swords. Yes, it can be a personal breakthrough, a revelation. It just can be a new beginning. It's a really beautiful energy, and it's very empowering. It's about you getting back your crown and holding that sword of victory again. We've got two characters here holding swords of victory. So new beginning and new direction is on offer, but it's hiding behind the Devil, guys. We need to remove the toxic energy, that person that may be manipulating, that person that may have been doing something behind the scenes has got to go. And then Tarot Spirit is saying it's going to be full steam ahead, charging forward. The Knight of Wands is about swift progress, re-establishing your energy, enthusiasm, and passion for life again. Starting to think about new manifestations. 3 sand dunes, 3 is the number of manifestations. It can be a passionate offer in work, a job, or task, role that's going to help you, get on purpose, or it can be a passionate offer of love as well. But either way, the Knight of Wands for me just says strong forward progress in the right direction after releasing something. This person's released that baggage and they're not looking back. They are just moving on to bigger and better things and times. And under the deck, guys, we had the 8 of Pentacles, which really says it's time for you to focus on yourself and your direction and just get on with carving it out. Get on with investing your time and energy in places that are really going to serve you, that are really going to help you build your own abundance, your own direction, without being held back by negative energies. That's what I'm seeing here, guys. It's about progress and purpose, getting back on track. Okay, let's go to your oracle cards. First of all, the soul family card. It's absolutely about calling in your team if you need to, if you need help this month. So it's time to call in your soul family and support team, people that get you at a soul level, people who are the same kind of weird as you, people who are your chosen family. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they're close by. But in order to find them and recognize them when you do, it's important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. The situation could have been, dimming you in some way, keeping you small. So that can stop us from energetically attracting the people and situations into our lives that truly serve us. So I feel like after you release this guy, this black hole, you're going to shine brighter, right? No more moon energy, getting into sun energy, and then we start to really attract things that line up for us. Okay, let's go to Duramvati. This really makes sense in this reading, this one. And I just want to point out to you guys, this is page 111 in the book. So we have a link to, definitely divinity with the Wheel of Fortune as well. So it's definitely the right timing for all of this to go down. So this is the goddess of disappointment and letting go. You, my darling, have finally realized that all the hardships and struggles you faced were brought on your path for a very important reason. They've shaped you to be the person you are today. You have put together the dots on all the most difficult points on your journey and realized that it was all necessary to be here now. Dhumavati has come to remind you to give thanks to the struggles you've faced. They have made you your highest self. Yeah, probably a karmic contract, guys. It's all here for a reason. You've got elements of divinity and destiny in this reading, but now it's time to move on to bigger and better things. We have Brahma as well. Let's close out with that one. God of creation. Nice. It's time to create. Brahma, the creator of the universe and all beings, has come to you with a message that now is the time to bring that idea into fruition. What is that idea you've been sitting on and haven't taken action? Now is the time to plant that seed into the earth and water it with your intention so it sprouts to life, benefiting all those around you. Brahma's rosary symbolizes the time cycle through which the world moves from creation to sustenance, from sustenance to dissolution, and from dissolution to new creation. What cycle are you on? Well, yeah, fits in so nicely with that Eight of Pentacles at the end of the reading. It really says that you've probably been held back for a while and you've needed the situation to dissolve so that now you can actually open up your energy, get your passion and purpose back, start manifesting and start creating and building the future you desire, the abundance you desire in your life. And it all begins with releasing the situation. Okay, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. It's going to be a big month for those of you the reading is for, but I wish you all the best with it. Just think about all the brightness at the end of the tunnel. Do keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't be for every Taurus out there. Feel free to leave me a comment. Always love to know if it resonates and how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next month for another reading.